Well, Mark's Mowers here, so you know something's up. Came out here, just closing up the place, walking around, just checking to see if anything was weird and making sure the lawnmower was put up because we had a volunteer out here cutting grass. And I noticed something funny. You see here? You see how there's just like this black mist everywhere? It's like all up the side of the mower and all along the side of the floor pan. And you see where I've wiped it off with my boot. And I come over here to this side, and there's more of it. Like, this is supposed to be yellow. Last time I checked, it was yellow. There's just black powder everywhere, which either means that the mower caught fire, and nobody told me, or it's shredding a belt. And I have a feeling I know which belt it is. You know which belt it is. This belt I've had to do 4 times already. Here's the deck belt. It's wore, nothing crazy. There's some buildup, but that's just from today, mostly. There's the drive belt. That feels fine. Nice and triangular. But I get up here and I feel the transmission belt. I feel cracks, and it's about 2/3 the thickness it's supposed to be. And the closer I get, the more burnt rubber I smell. I have a feeling she may have, but our idler's still good. Everything's still hooked up. You see them cracks? That ain't good. Well, she's still on the transmission pulley back there, so that's not it. But there might be something bound up somewhere. I don't know. Still up there on that clutch. Weird. So anyway, I gotta make some calls and figure out what the fuck's going on with the mower that someone decided not to tell me about. And I checked the oil. It's not burning oil. I thought it may also be exhaust soot from it running too rich. And I pulled the air filter. Pre-cleaner was dirty. Air filter was fairly dirty, but nothing crazy. A lot of goo down there, though. So I am going to run it, see if it blows black. Just with the air cleaner off for a second. And, well, maybe with it on. I'm going to start it up real quick and see if it puffs black or not. If it does, then we know that it's just flooded and this is probably exhaust soot. Although it is definitely belt because there's belt everywhere. And I'm going to have to do another transmission belt again for the... What is this now? This has got to be the 5th time now. I did buy a replacement, but that's the old belt. I did buy a replacement one, I just never put it on, so... I guess here we go again. Alright, here goes nothing. Air filter out, no choke, contact. That's not a good sign. Oh, clutch is on. Alright, well good. Well, she's not flooded at least, as far as I know. So I'm going to do this with the choke on, and we'll come back whenever I got it running, because I can't do it one-handed. Alright, let's go. I didn't see it puff. So we'll throw the air cleaner back on, run around, and see if it smells like burning plastic or not. Alright, let's see if she at least moves. Alright, no problem there. Alright, well, seems to run just fine. I just don't know why it's blowing black everywhere. Doesn't seem to be running rich. I did clean the air filter before it did anything, though. Belt is definitely more tore up than it was last week. Interesting. Well, ooh, look at that. That's a big old wad. Tasty. Okay, well, I guess she's going back to the shop for Another transmission drive belt. Fun. Alright, well, before we huck her back on yonder trailer, I think I'm gonna go cut some thick stuff with it, because since it's already damn near broken, I might as well cut some shit that looks like that and break it again, since it's already going on the trailer today anyway. Plus I need to do it anyway, so might as well do it now and break it, so I can fix it, rather than fix it, do it, break it, and then have to fix it again. So we're gonna fire up and we're gonna send her off into the brush, and hopefully I'll come back out the other side. She is back on the trailer, and I noticed something new. That's new. Also, so's this. Nice. John Deere makes really good cowls out of premium plastic. This thing's only broken about 700 places. Oh, good lord. Well, she's back first time at the new shop, whatever it is. And I noticed that just running it through the field and all that pretty much took all of that black powder off. So I don't know what the hell happened, because just running the thing knocked pretty much all of it off. Also, you know, going 60 miles an hour for a little bit there. But I think just, you know, the abrasion with the grass took a lot of it off. So it must have like just happened. There's got to be like, had to have been a stick or something jammed up in there that was just like wedged up against the deck and rubbing against it or something like that, and it got dislodged. Because yeah, I wasn't doing it when I was running it. But we're going to tear her apart again, fix that belt, and there's a couple little things I want to work on too. Like these deck pins over here. They've got roll pins running through them that hold the spring in place so that it doesn't just fall out, so that there's tension so that the spring pushes and does stuff. I need to replace those with some nails or something. I don't think I have any roll pins big enough. But I need to pull both of those, do that. Maybe over here if they're messed up. You know, get some more speed tape over here down on the cowl and up here so this doesn't blow off on the highway. Eventually one day this thing's just going to snap in half and I'm going to pull it off and just make some out of aluminum. But today is not that day. Or I'm going to pull it all apart and then put it back together with like metal strips and rivets, and we're going to do the whole Frankenstein look like on Theseus. Yeah, but not this go round. At least, I hope not. Alright, so I pulled the deck out so I could clean that. Hopped under here, and didn't take me long, but I found the problem. Thankfully, it's nothing crazy. The belt went behind the idler somehow. It looks like something came up there and bent that tab that keeps the belt in place. And so the belt got up here off of the idler and just sort of wobbled around and ate itself up. So I guess we're gonna pull everything apart, put new belt back on, and then bend this little tab back down. Yeah, it's really bent. Must have a stick come up or something. Alright, old belt's out, new belt's in hand. This is like a $12 Chinese belt. So since this thing loves to eat these transmission belts, no reason to, you know, spend 25 bucks on a John Deere belt. And yeah, sun's gone away now, so now I get to put this thing up in the dark. It's my 5th time doing this. I can do it damn blind now. Lord, get in there. Alright, new belt is on. Idler is bent so that it does not let the belt back out, hopefully. And hopefully won't tear up the belt either. Everything is routed correctly. Now let's put this pig back together. Go to bed and work on the rest of this shit in the morning. Alright, now I'm working on deck pins. That one was totally worn off. The roll pins holding it on, these things. See that guy right there holds the spring in place. That one was totally wore off. That one's about 85% wore off. This one's about halfway off. That one's still got like 3/4 on it, but pulled that one off. Put a little bit of PB Blaster on it. Drove it out with, I think, a 3/30 seconds punch. They're just roll pins. Now to replace them, since I don't have any like 1/2-inch roll pins lying around, I'm using I guess this is a number 12 nail of some shape and form. Pretty close. I'm going to take it, squish it a little bit right here in the middle with vice grips, or in the vise, just to make it oblong so it, you know, cinches up in there. And then we're going to take it and just sort of bend it in a Z pattern, like that, like on both sides, so that it stays centered in the pin, and then trim it to fit. And that'll hold it in. And I gotta get that one off first. And it's pretty much just one spike on one side. So I'm gonna try and drive that out with the hammer and the punch, and if that doesn't work, we're gonna file it out, pull it out, and then beat on it in the vise. And just keep the spring in place, I got a vice grip, and just keep the pin in place, I got another vice grip. So I'm gonna get on that. Alright, that one came out, didn't have to file on it. There's the old roll pin. So now we're gonna make new ones, and we're gonna have to bend them in place because you can't take these suckers in and out. Cotter pins would actually work here, or you know what I mean. Actually, cotter pins actually would work pretty well too. I think I'm gonna do cotter pins. I just changed my mind. Let's go do that. Alright, I'm lazy, and cotter pins are more expensive than nails, so that's what I've done. I took, where is it? Took a nail, hammered a flat spot on both sides, drove it in there till it was centered on that flat spot, then took needle nose pliers and then bent it like a W sorta on either side. And I'm just going to take some nippers and just nip this off right there, just so it doesn't stick too much farther out than here, and send her. Alright, pins are fixed. So that's one more thing off the list. So those should last another however old this fucking mower is. This one has enough life in it that I'm not going to worry about it. I know how to fix them now. I guess the next thing I need to do is the cup holder. I put a bottle of water in there, and this is the world's most vicious cup holder. Like, it's got these metal tabs in here, and they're sharp on the bottom. You stick a beer can in here, it just rips the bottom of the can off. Trust me, I did that once. Yeah, don't really like it. I may bend those a little bit more, because it's just aggressive. But anyway, I stuck a water bottle in there, and I tried to get it out, and I just ripped the cup holder right off the side of the thing. So we got some double back tape. I'm gonna grab some carb cleaner and a paint scraper, take this old tape off, clean the piss out of both of these, stick that on, and hopefully that should be good to go. And I think I'm actually going to bend these tabs while I've already got vice grips and needle noses out, just so it doesn't, you know, rip my fucking water bottles apart. It's just vicious. Alright, I don't recommend carb cleaner. It seems to melt the paint a little bit. It cleaned that up real nice though. Just paint gets kind of tacky afterwards, which is probably not the best, and melts this fucking plastic, that's for certain. But we'll just say that that's, you know, now textured for, you know, mechanical adhesion. And we're just going to take some of this double back tape and just put 2 little strips right there, just same size as the original. Don't want to get too wild. I might run a little bit more just because one of these tabs is kind of loose. So I might run a little bit extra over here on this side just to help glue that down so it doesn't wander. And I came in here with the pliers and I bent all of these down significantly more. Couldn't really get the back one, but I could get these 2 over here and just bend them the hell out of the way. And we'll see if we can just cram, there we go, just cram that one down in there. And yeah, so I'm gonna glue that on and let it cure up, and hopefully that'll hold a beer. Damn, that was a fucking cannon. Alright, off camera I checked the spark plugs. They're kind of black, but they look fine otherwise. Cleaned all the air out of the, cleaned all dirt out of the air filter. Blew a bunch of dust off of the engine. Caked on oil and gas and stuff. And yeah, I think this is good and set now. Yep, she's pretty rock solid. Checked all the pressure on all the tires. They're all perfect. I think that one over there was low 1 psi. Everything else was bang on, so that's the first time that's ever happened. I'm gonna get struck by lightning now. And yeah, all I got left to do is just clean up the deck, throw it back on, make sure it still runs, and we're good to go. Alrighty. Deck is mostly clean, so we're going to do our best to get this back up and in the mower. Run her over to the hose and clean her up all nice like. So I learned a trick with taking this deck off. You want to set the deck height to 1. Makes getting it on and off way easier. Allows you to feather this a little bit. Takes all the tension off of these guys right here, which are the biggest pain in the ass. So pro tip, took me like 7 times taking this deck on and off before I finally figured that one out. So I'm gonna roll her on over, and hopefully this should be the last thing I'm doing to it. Might put some more speed tape on it, probably need to. Lock this guy down where it comes off anymore, and keep this from falling off because it's really just held on there by the sticker. Fun. Alright, there. Good as new. Can't even tell. That honestly, that little red stripe there kind of looks good. I might, if I fuck up the front again, I might run something across the front and then run another one. Well, I don't want to mess up the sticker on that side, but it kind of adds a nice accent like that. You know, that's just Stockholm Syndrome though, so we're gonna stop paying attention. I should write in the John Deere too with the marker. Nah, it's effort. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna fire up, go cut some grass, and I think she's going back on the trailer now. So hope this video helps. I don't think it probably will, but at the very least you'll know how to fix those roll pins down there on the deck. And yeah, comment and tell me what's wrong with your John Deere, and I'll look at, you know, mine and see if I've got the same problem. Maybe I'll see about fixing it. Not really mine though. But anyway, I digress. If you want to see more of this mower, or if you've got one and you've got chronic problems, and hopefully I'll fix some on this one here in the future. If you're looking forward to that, you know, go down there, consider subscribing, smash that button if you want to see more of this garbage pile right here. And until next time, Tom out.